Hey everyone, so this is going to be the beginning of another video I didn't want to make. So remember the Mustang we put the exhaust on? Well, I took it for a drive. To be fair, I didn't wreck it. That was Bambi's dad. So yeah, this is, I don't know if I put the video up on this channel or if it was on, I had my other one. And either way, I'll put it up. Now it's a base model V6 2007. So nothing fancy, but he likes the car. And so last year, October 27th, I think it was, he pegged a deer coming home from work and basically did the same thing to the front end. That's where that crack came from and stuff like that. And I'll put the video up. Now that's a GT500 hood that we replaced the old factory hood with after it wrecked last time. The insurance company wanted to total this car out last time. Now granted the market's different now, but still I'm sure they would want to total it out again if I did it. They wanted to, they valued the car at like $3,400. They said it'd cost that to fix it, so they weren't going to do it. So I thought about it. I said, well, hell, I can probably fix it for less than that. So I think we put $1,000 into it, maybe not even that, counting the finding that hood, which was nice. It was actually a red hood and it matched. And the only difference is it had white stripes. The car originally had black. That's why it has a black side stripe down there. We peeled the black off, put the white on the top at least just to kind of make it match, and it looked much, much better until 2 days ago when the day after I put the exhaust on, he called and said on his way home from work, the car went, check engine light came on, it kind of sputtered a little bit, so we pulled over, stopped, and had it towed here from AAA. Now, I started up, it runs fine. It's an O2 sensor mismatch, probably because we got brand new downstream O2s, and we're reusing the old O2s on the front, or on the upstream. It could also just be that the new converters are just more finicky, who knows. New converters or new O2 sensors are supposed to be here on Tuesday. So anyway, so he drops it off, and so the other day I went out and I made sure everything was fine. I said, okay, well, I'm done with work. I got to run to the store to buy my new heater, so I'll just take this car and make sure it drives fine. And literally at the bottom of my hill, out of the cornfield, comes a little spike horn buck, and dead square, pow. So a year and 2 days after I fixed it last time, we're doing it again. So this isn't a video I wanted to make, but it's the video we have to. So first step is removing the hood, a couple of 10 millimeters down here on the hinges, and I'm pulling the hood hinge off. I can't get the latch to pop to remove the front. Now last year when we broke it, we assumed that they were just going to fix the car, and when they popped the hood, it actually the hood had squished back far enough where these were actually against the windshield. So when they lifted the hood, these cranked right down and just snapped the windshield right off. So at least on this case, that's not a problem. But I'm going to not repeat that mistake. So yep, this is the beginning of yet another rebuild. And there's our souvenir duster right there. So I didn't want to have to make one of these videos, but we're going to. Now, I did find another hood, pop into the other shed because I picked it up yesterday. So the hood we found is from an 05 GT, I think it is. Guy had one, older gentleman. It's a show car, 57,000 miles. He's got a cowl hood on it now. And so we're selling this for relatively cheap, 130 bucks picked up. My problem was it was 4 hours away, so it was quite a long day of driving for me yesterday to get it. So that's a thing. We do have a buddy that he had moved to Florida, but I guess he's come back up. Reached out to him, and he says he still does kind of do body work and things like that. So I'm going to, he said he'd have no problem painting the hood, but because the bumper's busted from the last year, and we just busted it more this year, we've already got another bumper for it, just again a stock bumper. And if we come over here, and if you've got wind noise, I'm sorry, but the only thing it did this year, this year, that it didn't do last year is it actually pushed the fender forward. So when I opened the door, it actually bent the fender open, which is kind of strange because it didn't really look like it did much. But then I got looking in here, and it did kind of, well, we did kind of fold the fender up here, so it probably did actually knock this fender back a notch, just far enough to where it's just hitting that door. I mean, you figure you don't have much room, 1/8 of an inch or so. So I don't know if we can, it can probably be fixed, pounded out and blocked and stuff. But with the fact that up here is all mangled, and again, that can probably be fixed. I think it's just folded the cross member back in and you can see where it snapped off. I figure at this point, I'm just going to buy another fender. They're 150 bucks. So I think what I'll have my buddy do is when he gets, I'll have him come up and take a look at the car and just, you know, dude, give me a price to paint the hood, the new hood, and you don't have to paint the stripes. We'll vinyl it. You know, just paint that hood, the bumper, the fender. Now Jordan's also mentioned trying to get someone to fix this stuff down in here. Now normally this would be a whole quarter repair, but Jeremy is a whiz with Bondo, and at this point I don't think we very much care about the condition. I think he just wants the hole gone. The nice part about having these lower stripes is he could literally Bondo that back together, if it's even savable, or at least as much as possible, and then just stripe it off right at the bottom of that stripe, and you really wouldn't notice any color difference hardly at all. So I'm going to see if he'll do that. I think the other side's the same. Let's go look. Not really. Tiny little bit started, but not really. Oh, this side it was the front fender over here that was doing it. So it's got some battle scars on it. But anyway, so this is now my next project along with the shed. As far as the shed goes, I'm just rearranging stuff. I've moved that one piece of drywall. So I did have that last piece of drywall in over here. I cut it to length and I stuck it in the corner, not up, but just there. Whew, that heater's got to break in. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my bookshelves back over here on this wall, and I'm going to straddle the fireplace. Fireplace is going to go right centered underneath this TV jack. It's basically the center of the wall, so I'm going to put the fireplace right under there and then put the bookshelves there. Now that all circuit is all one, so that fireplace can be lit on that circuit there. And then the other heater I'm going to put kind of back here in the corner behind where that bookshelf is now. So we'll have two, one going one way, going to the other. I'm figuring between the both of them, I should at least be warm enough. Now this little thing here, it's what did I pay for? 100 bucks, 190 bucks. I don't remember what I paid for it now. Shucks. Anyway, it's even wall mountable. It doesn't get warm at all in the back at all. Even on the top, it doesn't get warm on the top until you get your hands out in front of it. Comes with a wall mount bracket. Now, even though I've got insulation on the wall, I think what I'll probably do is I may take that piece of sheetrock and actually put it on this wall, just so I can mount that right to it, just for a backer, and you know, just wall mount it for now. I may not. I might just leave it on the floor. I mean, ultimately I'll have a mini split in here someday and not have to need it. But for now, that's my plan in here. Really not doing much. I do have my racing computer down to do the installation. I'm still got a mess in here. But I decided I want to get the hood off that car and take a look and see what else I need to order first. I know I need another cowl support. I know I need another core support. And I know I need another, at least an AC condenser. I don't know about the radiator. Last time it snapped a hose off on the top of the radiator, snapped the nipple off the top of the radiator itself. This time I don't know if it damaged it or not. There was no fluid leaking. There's no coolant leaking anywhere. No coolant smell. I mean, I drove it up here. It was about what, half a mile maybe, just to get it home. And I did notice a tiny bit of steam coming out from under the hood, but I don't know if it was coolant. I don't know. It didn't smell it. So it might have just been left over from the AC condenser. So I know I at least need one of them. I need the core support. He's got another bumper. He's supposed to be going to pick up another bumper and some headlights from a guy. There's a guy that had some factory headlights. These headlights still work, but one of them did get cracked. So he's going to go pick up a headlight, two headlights, and another bumper from a guy for like 80 bucks or something. The guy's like, just give me 80 bucks, take it all. So he's going to have a spare bumper for, I guess, next year. That said, I just have to order, well, I have a hood, so we need a fender, core support, AC condenser, a new hood latch, because this one here, it did work, but after, I mean, it's old enough anyway, and then it got to where the you couldn't pop it from inside. You had to have somebody lift up on the hood while you do it. I mean, it's common in those things. So I'm going to buy a new hood latch as well. And some new turn signals. The one is fine, but the other one, it did bust the lens off. So as cheap as they are, like 30 bucks, I think, for the pair of them, we're just going to buy new ones. So I just need to figure out what to order. To do that, I got to get the hood off so I can take a peek at the radiator to see if I need another one of them. The way these go in together is really annoying. We found that out last time, but yep, that's the next project, is fixing dents. Okay, so before the rain gets here too bad, we're just going to kind of take a peek. We're going to throw this up under there. We do need a new upper radiator hose. That one did get pushed back against there. Radiator itself is fine. Did bend the channel on the top a little bit, but I think everything else is good. Do need one of these clips for the bumper. This side has always managed to survive. This one here, this one over here, that's twice. Did buy a new latch. This one does work, but the spring down here just, like, it works, but it's just gummed up and it doesn't like to open on its own. But I think that's about all we need, really. I'm going to grab a strap and wrap it around here and see if I can pull this back enough just to get that hose off of the alternator so I can move this around, because it will start and drive. Coolant's still good, so we're not having an issue with that. We did snap off the headlights. Like I said, this one actually did crack open, so even though it works still, it's not in the best of shape, and it's only a matter of time before it's full of water. So yeah, I'm going to try to pull this support out just a notch, and it's really not back by much, but it's just enough that I'm just going to buy another one and put it in, because yeah, no point in messing around with it. So we're going to try to pull that out. All my busted welds and junk. We're going to try to pull this back out just to get that hose relief. That way I can at least drive the car around, move it if I need to, and whatnot. Contemplating buying one of those pop-up carports and maybe just sticking it right here over my pile of stuff, and then I can just pull the car right there and work on it from there. I don't know, we're getting there. Anyway, that's the preliminary findings so far. That hood looks awesome, except for the fact that it's bent. And if it wasn't for the crease right down it, like, it probably could be saved by somebody better than me. So I don't think that is going to the scrapyard. I think that's going to be I think that one's going to be sold and let somebody try to fix it if they want. It's a gorgeous hood. I love that style. All right, and just to give an idea of what it's going to look like until it's painted, kind of like that. So that was just set on there at the moment. The core support is crumpled back farther enough that I can't really get to the bolts to take the hinge or the latch assembly off. So that's why the hood isn't laying flat down yet. So anywho, that's kind of where we're at. So eventually we have to get paint and stuff, but at least right now the car is actually drivable if I had to move it. I actually did move it up a few feet just so I wasn't standing in a puddle. I did pull the core support back out, just wrapped a strap around it and yanked on it a couple times from afar, and it did pull it back just enough to release the pressure from the hose on the alternator. It still needs a new one, obviously, but in the meantime, at least, I can move it if I need to, and so far so good. Only advantage I have this year is A, I remember doing everything from last year, and B, well, yeah, I've got the practice, and this time the radiator doesn't need to be swapped out. The AC condenser is fairly easy to actually change. Core support obviously needs to come out as well, but so, you know, getting there. So far though, I am pretty happy with this little heater in here. Now it is still only 55 degrees outside, 50 something like that. It's not really cold, but for the hour I've had this thing on in here, seems to be doing pretty well. And I bet if I get the other heater over here, we'll be doing even better. I'm gonna go clean my feet off because I've been walking through mud, and get back to insulating. I want to get everything insulated in here today. I keep putting it off, and I really got to just buckle down and do it. So that's what I'm going to do today. But anyway, yeah, that's my next project, is fixing that dumb car again. I tell you, thing's a dear curse. Anywho, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you when I got something else to show you.